Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Black Series and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Darth Sidous. Now, I can't believe that Black Series took so long to actually get around to the Emperor. I know we've had a couple of releases of the Return of the Jedi of the Emperor, but not anything from the prequels, which is absolutely insane considering like this guy's in the Clone Wars and those prequel films, and yeah, they haven't seemed to gone down that route. So hopefully moving forward we should get some more. It'd be nice to get like a deluxe version of him from Phantom Menace on that kind of sort of moving apparatus kind of hologram thing, or just even the original kind of look. But yeah, looking pretty cool here in the transcending kind of bronze of what the Revenge of the Sith packaging is. We've got a lightsaber here, we've got some lightning hands underneath there, and on around the side. Got a nice little picture of him on the mural part here, and on the back we've got a little bio, and he is #1 in Revenge of the Sith packaging. Isn't that crazy? #1. This is the first Revenge of the Sith figure in this type of packaging, and they've actually started using a different packaging now, which is, it's just crazy that they haven't gone down probably the most popular Star Wars well, especially for the sort of 30s 20s younger generation, their favourite Star Wars film, and they've only just done the one. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on and bust this bad guy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously there's nothing really sort of anything extra here, although behind him in the extra tray we have got his lightning hands and stuff. So I will do some comparisons to see if these are the same molds as the deluxe Emperor with his lightning hands. I'd imagine that they are, just a little slightly different paintwork down the bottom there. But the Emperor itself looks pretty cool, so we get his first impressions. And I'm not expecting too much from him, but especially I'm not a huge fan of cloth goods at 6-inch, but these look pretty cool. And hopefully we can get him in some good sort of fighting poses as well, especially when they got the new little Yoda out now. But yeah, it looked pretty cool. So we're going to do some poses, take some pictures, put him through his paces, and we'll see you in a moment. Been away, we've taken his pictures, and what can I say about the figure? Well, straight from the outset, I don't know. I don't think Hasbro could have won either way, whether they made it completely fully plastic cloth, you know, like the robes and all that plastic. I think it'll look too mechanical. You could really see the joints in it, and it'll probably look really ugly. Or if they went for a full vinyl piece, you wouldn't get any articulation out of it at all. But I just feel like if you was going to go fabric, then just go completely fabric. The combination with the sort of plastic hood is kind of hindrance to the figure in my eyes, and you kind of, what could have been sort of like a good articulation figure underneath cloth, it just kind of like it gets even hindered even more with that plastic hood. Anyway, looking at the actual figure itself, he comes with a few accessories. You want to call them swappable hands. I mean, he's got 2 pair here, and he comes with an extra 2 pieces as well. Not this one. I just picked that one up by mistake. He actually comes up with these 2. We've got nice sort of like vibrant kind of electrical hands on there, and they're on a peg system that plugs in. I'm not going to keep popping it in and out. I've done it so many times, and it gets harder each time. Literally, I would probably knock all my lights off. That once those hands are in, there's such small pegs, I just feel like I'm going to snap it at every given time. It's just awful. But I bought this one on as well because I've got the Amazon exclusive from years back. I know they've just re-released it, but this one's from the original release, and I just wondered if they were the same. And as you can see, side by side, they are the same. They've got the exact same molds and everything on there as well. I do prefer the older version. I just find that blue lightning a lot more kind of easy on the eye. It looks more kind of film accurate compared to this one here, looking like shooting out blazes of water compared to like the lightning and stuff. But it does pick up the lights very well when you're taking pictures, which is good. Other accessory he comes with, which is his lightsaber, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's the first time that we've had a Darth Sidious lightsaber on here. It's got the nice sort of like silver, and you've got the golds on there, which is cool. Obviously red translucent plastic on the peg system as well. I kind of wish a little bit later on that we start getting 2 lightsabers, like one complete and then the other one is just to help. I just find that I keep snapping these, and I know it shouldn't be like that way, but they fall down, they come off the shelf. None of my Jedis or Siths have got lightsabers in their hands anymore, just purely for that fact. So I just kind of feel like they need to be a little bit more robust now. Going into the figure itself, we can go through his articulation. So head-wise, not great. I mean, you can get a little bit of movement there if you use your nail. Head-wise, you can sort of kind of look down, but again, can't really get in there, unfortunately, because of this hood. It is so thick and hard plastic. They need to look at Jada toys, how they use that kind of really soft vinyl. I think that'll be the next way for the clothing areas. That clothing on Ryu's gi, whew, absolutely amazing. Looking down to the rest of the figure, for articulation wise, so arms underneath here, we've got traditional Black Series. It can turn all the way around, but unfortunately, because of the mounts up of here of the fabric, it can't do a full 360. Arm can come up this far. I think there is a butterfly joint in there, not 100% sure. I think maybe. Let's have a quick look. I just can't remember now. That will come off the camera and come back. Let's have a quick look up there. I think there's a small one just inside there. Yeah, there's a slight. We've got the rotation at the elbow and an elbow bend at 90. Rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. And then down here as well, just underneath, we've got underneath this part here, it's got a ball joint, so he has got a bit of tilt in there. It's got a forward and he's got a back as well. Legs come up this way, forward, back, upper thigh rotation. We've actually got a cut there in the actual leg as well. We've got rotation at the knee, and it's also on a sort of knee bend, just one articulation, and a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So yeah, looking really nice. Good articulation all around for an actual Black Series figure. It's just unfortunately we can't really utilize it all in sort of posing because of the head is so rigid, in that sort of stuck in that position. Unfortunately, we can just do a slight look to the side, but you know that kind of look when he's down at Yoda and he's pointing his lightsaber like, he can't do it. It's just unfortunately like those sort of like poses there. He kind of a bit of a static pose, just standing there and talking to the sort of like the Republic on his little announcement speech. So looking at the actual looks of the figure, we look at the face, it's actually a really nice sculpt inside there. You've got the sort of like the yellow eyes, the redness, and the sort of like the melted face. It's actually a really good likeness. So if I put it to the side, you can really see that look as well. It's really good. We can move the figure right around. You can see the ear. We've actually got the hair and stuff in there, if I can really pull this back. So it's an actual full head sculpt inside there, which is really good. We just can't utilize it. It's so sad. Coming down to the robes itself, I think the robes are done really nicely. As I said, I don't think if they'd done a vinyl drop, it wouldn't look right. If they'd done it a complete plastic figure, wouldn't look right. So I do see where Hasbro have gone with this. Unfortunately, it's just one of those characters that is gonna sort of not benefit from it. I'm not a big fan of clothing either when it comes to figures. I just feel like, especially 6-inch, the sizing is never right. I mean, look at the size of these little sort of like frilly sleeves coming down to his legs, and when you pull it down they start ruffling up, and when you move them there's no actual realistic wrinkles in the way. It's just like big massive folds and stuff where it's trying to sort of like go over the actual figure itself. Either use really thin material so that it's quite weightless, so it will crease to the lines of the actual figure itself, or I don't know, there's got to be another way around it, I think. But I'm glad that we have the Emperor on the shelf. I'm really happy with that. The way it's utilised is probably not the best, but sitting on the shelf, you know, as a part of a collection, it looks great. I just don't think there's any kind of sort of like people that make photos and want him to fight and stuff the way that we do. It's going to be a little bit kind of hindered for that. So here's the other Emperor anyway. We can put them side by side comparison. I really like this Emperor. I think it's great. I just never really like that sort of two-tone grey. I kind of wish he was more greyish like the movies, a bit more like this sort of tone that they have used on there. But putting side by side, they're about the same size as well, so which is good. He's probably a little bit taller actually, the old Emperor, but again he's more utilising the old body, and I'm sure it's kind of like a bit of reuse Luke from Return of the Jedi Luke's on there as well. We could take this one away, put him down a bit further. I don't know, my camera's kind of dropped down a bit. We've got Darth Vader as well. Emperor Strikes Back Darth Vader. So there's a nice size comparison there if you want to replay that kind of end part of Revenge of the Sith. And we could take him away, and if you've got the old throne or the new throne as well, you can actually make him sit in there, and he actually sits in really nicely, just moving down. I know it's not his actual normal chair, but once you get him in place and put him there, he does look pretty demeaning and pretty cool, to be honest. And that, I think that's where that hood really comes in, where it's like sunk over his head and looks great. So yeah, do I recommend the figure? I recommend it. Would I pay full price for it? No. I did pay it, I think I got it for $14.99 from Smith's in the UK. So yeah, for that price, I don't mind not paying it, you know, because I do like having my figures where completely utilise of what the figure has, but then I still understand why Hasbro have chosen the ways that they have done. So what do you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments down below. Was you pleasantly surprised, or was it a big letdown for you? Let me know in those comments. You can subscribe to the channel, you can join the channel for 99p or 99 cents from wherever you're from, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!